Now the yaw system. We've seen how both sets of pedals, trim and yaw damper inputs, are added in a summing unit, then connected by cables to PCUs, powered by both hydraulic systems, to move the fore-rudder. To improve directional control, there are two mechanisms for limiting rudder travel. Firstly, the flap handle is mechanically linked to the right pedal quadrant. At flaps 5, 10, 15 or 35, maximum rudder travel is allowed to give full control at low speed. But at flaps 0, rudder travel is limited to plus or minus 12 degrees. The second travel limiting mechanism is the hydraulic pressure regulation. The FCECU varies hydraulic pressure to the rudder depending on aircraft speed. Taking speed signals from the air data unit, the FCECU reduces the hydraulic pressure supplied to the PCUs as airspeed increases. So inputs from either pilot's rudder pedals cause less deflection. Let's look more closely at another important part of rudder control, the yaw damper providing inputs to the summing unit. The yaw damper is always engaged whenever the autopilot is engaged, but it can also be enabled without the autopilot by pressing the YD switch light on the flight guidance controller. Press the YD switch light. The yaw damper damps movement in the yaw axis, quickly stops yaw oscillations caused by turbulence, and improves turn and flight coordination when engaged together with the autopilot. The rudder position is displayed here on the powered flight control surface indications on the permanent display area of the left pilot's MFD. During pre-taxi checks, operate the rudder pedals to maximum to ensure full travel and free movement of the rudder controls. Use this handle to adjust the pedal distance from your feet. On the pedestal trim panel is the rudder trim position indicator. The needle moves off the scale if the indicator is not receiving power. This switch controls a 2-speed electric actuator for coarse and fine trimming of the fore-rudder. Turning the switch to the second graduation produces a fast trim rate, while turning to the first produces a slower rate. In the event of a rudder actuator servo jam, a sensing mechanism illuminates the glare shield powered flight control shutoff lights. Press the Rudder 1 switch light. Number 1 actuator is no longer powered, and its hydraulic caution light comes on. The rudder hydraulic caution light also illuminates if pressure is not available in the number 1 or 2 hydraulic system, or the FCECU has shut down a PCU because of a malfunction. The rudder control caution light comes on if the FCECU is unable to control pressure, the number 1 and number 2 hydraulic systems have failed, or there is an IAS mismatch. When this light comes on, limit airspeed to 200 knots.